I said, okay, I've heard this guy. I've seen this Sowell guy's name on the internet vaguely. People seem very polarized about him.
Yeah.
And so let me see what this is all about. Let me see how nuts this guy is. And I read the whole book. It was absolutely kind of a transformation because I had never actually asked myself, nor had anyone asked me, what my baseline assumption is about how the world would be absent racial discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest moments of realization and reversal is just to look at, and as Sowell does in that book and many other books, the massive income disparities between different groups of white Americans and different groups of Black Americans. In other words, if you're looking today, I'm talking, 2020 and on, at the difference between Americans of Irish descent and Americans of Russian descent. I walk down the street, I see those two people, I'm just thinking, white guy, white guy. There's something like a 20 cent on the dollar income gap between those two groups today, long past the era where that could plausibly be explained by anti-Irish racism. You start from this assumption that things generally are equal unless there's unfairness happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see, okay, well, actually, that's not true in the case of this group of white people. Pakistani Americans make 60 cents for every dollar made by Indian American, though none of us could tell them apart on the street. And then you go exception, 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 until you realize it's actually the rule. And this is when your model of reality flips. Okay, actually, the rule is that inequality is the norm because you've got people coming from different cultures, different values, different skill levels, different occupational patterns. How could it even be possible that you would have groups that have different histories, different geographies, different demographies, different in every way you can be different, and yet expect groups to achieve the same result?